Okay, bang bang, we're rolling. Hey guys, Bert here, Sunova Surfboards. Today we are going to be talking about the Evolve and one of the models that we've been running. And yeah, okay, so this board has an interesting history as well. And so typically our average customer is like 42 years old, right? Now, and typically our customers have been surfing 25, 30 years. They seasoned surfers. And so I was asked to design a board to help someone progress with their surfing or get better at surfing. And initially I was asked to sort of take someone off a soft board and put them on their first hard board. So that was the initial, like I would say, brief, okay? But it turns out this board's a little bit more advanced than that. And so I'll just run you through the history of the board and a few of the features and so on. So, look, really what's happened, I'd say, in surfing, I've seen a lot more of it in the last decade. A lot more older people and adults have started to learn to surf, and they kind of have different requirements to like a 12 or 13-year-old kid, right? And they're just going to be on a different board. So the way this board is set up is it's designed to go, catch waves really easy and stay on the wave and ride it all the way to the end with as much speed as possible. And we've taken out, I suppose, some of the sensitivity, right? Like things that you might want in a board from a performance point of view, we've actually taken out to make it easier to learn style, develop your technique and so on, okay? So first I'll just run you through the basics. So if you look at the board here, you see it's pretty flat from here back. It's just got your typical sort of nose rocker. So now the idea behind having a very flat tail is that when you run a lot of rocker, it's really critical that you have to stand in exactly the right spot. And if you're a bit forward or if you're a bit back, board just doesn't go. But when the board's a lot flatter, you can have your weight right back, you can have your weight right forward, you can have your weight here, and the board's still going to carry and carry and carry. So while you're still sort of developing your style, front foot, back foot technique, doesn't matter with this board. It's still going to keep going, irrespective of if your balance is not quite fore aft properly, right? The other thing is, it carries a very flat deck and it carries a bit more meat out to the rail. So what that does is that actually reduces the sensitivity like that, okay? So if you've got a little bit more beef in the rail, when you lean the board into the turn, it takes a bit more effort to sort of change direction, okay? Now when the rails are really fine, if you look at a really good surfer and they're on real low rails, as soon as you lean the board, that thin rail just sinks and the board goes off in a different direction. Well, when you're learning, you don't want that. You don't want the board to be zinging and zanging all over the place. You want it to just keep going, cruise through your turns. So the thickness in the rail reduces that sensitivity, that tippiness from side to side. Now the other thing it does too is the board carries more meat into the tail, okay? So again, that's a stance thing. When your tail is really fine, okay, you can do a turn, bury it into the lip, but if you're stomping on the back foot too much, you're sinking the tail. This board, you can get back on the tail, board still gonna go, still gonna carry. Very nice hard edges through the tail. And basically what it does, and then if you look at the outline, right, it's a bit sort of cigar shaped, a little straighter in the outline, carries a bit of width in the tail as well, carries a bit of width in the nose. So again, what that does is gives you plenty of surface area, gives you the ability to just be all over the board without having the board be over responsive. And with the flatter tail, the harder edges, the thicker tail, the extra area, it just wants to keep projecting forward down the line the whole time. So it'll literally get you to the end of a wave. Now the initial Evolve actually had a single fin, right? It was a 2+1. Now that actually really helps get you across a wave if there's a little bit of white water breaking at your feet. So we've sort of upgraded the board to a thruster, and now what it does is with 3 fins, when you touch it, it will hook into a turn a lot easier. And so I've watched so many people surf this board now, older adult surfers learning, also older surfers who were rippers when they were younger, and now they just need a little bit more help just carrying into the waves. They're not going top to bottom anymore or anything crazy. So I've noticed people watching this board, and it just looks effortless in soft, open waves. So for sure, okay, so the Evolve, that's pretty much well it. It's designed to really help someone progress with their surfing if they've started later in life, or if you're already a little older and you need a little bit more help. So that's the Evolve.